In yesterday's class, we have chance to understand fact-based partitioning. Based on the fact, based on the fact, either it is going to the Oracle database and tables, that is called as actual columns, or it is going to the targets, which is located in the MS Excel. Either it is going to the actual which are located in Oracle database, or it is going to the targets which are located in the MS Excel. If you take in both the things and you are trying to execute it, it is getting one single logical SQL query followed by two physical SQL queries. These two physical SQL queries corresponding result once we got into our environment. Once we got into our environment, internally it is trying to merge the things and is giving the final result. That's what our conclusion. Now, yesterday we also started our chapter. The chapter is known as variable chapter. We also started a chapter that is known as variables chapter. Variables I have chance to give brief introduction in yesterday's class, right? Brief introduction in yesterday's class. So we divide variables into, these are the four types of variables are available, and we understand what you mean by repository variables and session variables, these things very briefly. Now let us go and try to understand today about repository variables, right? Repository variables are known as Oracle based server variables. Why these things are known as Oracle based server variables is the values will be initiated. The values will be initiated at the time of Oracle based server start or restart, and it will be stayed back until again we restart Oracle based server. Until again we restart our Oracle based server. That is the reason it is called as Oracle based server variables. And one more point is, each and every time whenever my data is changing, I need not, if I need to change Oracle based server means it is not possible. That is the reason they also provide one more option that is called as schedule option. We can populate repository variable values. By using schedule option. Now syntax is value of variable name. And this variable name whatever available, it is not a case sensitive. Whatever you want, you can write it. Next, these repository variables are two types. Number one is called as static. Number two is called as dynamic. First, let us go and try to understand static. If you want to use a constant value in n number of places, then we'll go for static variables. For example, we have the database name and username of connection pools. Let us say this is what one single my database, and using this database, this is my RPD, Here I have the connection pool. I have, let us say, two connection pools are available. Both are pointing to same RPD. Both are pointing to same database. It is pointing. At that moment, in this connection pool also I have the database name. In this connection pool also I have the database name. Whenever I move from development to testing, code development to testing, my development database name and my testing database name same is available or differently available, sir? My development database names, testing database name same available or different available? Always it is different only, sir. That is the reason I need to change this connection pool corresponding database name, Like this, I have 10 connection pools are available, 10 are pointing to here. 10 times you need to change here, yes or no? Now instead of doing this 10 times, can I create one variable? Can I call variable here? If I call variable, if any changes are occurred, if I'm moving from development to testing, I need not disturb these 10 things. I can go and I can disturb only the variable value. So that's where it is going to useful. I given a business example is wherever database name and username of connection pools, you can go and you can automate that one. Next, static variable values are initialized in the static repository variable dialog box. Where you are going to initialize is in the static variable dialog box. You are going to initialize it. Right. If you want more information about it, you can go and you can get. If you want more information about it, you can go and you can get from help document. And I am also verifying, is it our RPD is loaded or not? I am verifying. I think some other batch RPD might be loaded. Okay, I am verifying your RPD is loaded or not. This is not our RPD, I guess, right? New analysis. B199. Is it ours? No, right? Okay. Okay, let me load our RPD. Your RPD is B198 batch RPD. Then core applications. Then deployment, local.net configuration, browse, then B198 underscore ABC underscore ABC 108 open RR capital ITC small 123 RR capital ITC small 123 apply activate availability. Then I am selecting BA server, click on restart selected, click on yes. Meanwhile, I'll keep this also ready. Open in online mode, RR capital ITC small 123, RR capital ITC small 123. Right. Right. Meanwhile, we'll see some kind of theory from the help document itself. So the value of static repository variable is initialized in the variable dialog. That's what the one point I given. This value persists and does not change until an administrator decide to change it. So today I given a is equal 10. Okay, automatically it won't change it. If I go manually, if I change that forcefully to the 10 to 20, then it's going to change. Next, for example, suppose you want to create an expression to group times of day into different day segments. If prime time were one of these segments and corresponding to the hours between 5 p.m. and 10 p.m., you could create a case statement like this following. So case when hour greater than or equal to what, sir? 17 and hour less than or is equal to 23, then it is called as prime time. Then it is called as then prime time when else end, where hour is a logical column perhaps mapped to a timestamp physical column using the date and time hour something. Now this is what's a logical column name. Now what is this guy problem is now, rather than entering the number 17 and 23 into this expression as constants, what you are doing, sir? 17 and 23 just plainly are entering here. Suppose same kind of calculation if I want to do in 10 places. Tomorrow this guy came and said, sir, my prime time is not the 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. Okay, my prime time is, let us say 6 p.m. and 11 p.m. At that moment, I need to go on and change 10 places or not, sir? Instead of changing 10 places, I can create the variable and I can do the same job. So that's what he's saying. You could use the variable tab of the variable dialog to set up the static repository variable named as prime begin, then and initialize it to the value as 17, and create another variable named as prime end and initialize it to the value of 23. Static repository variables must have default initializers that are either numeric or character values. It is going to accept only two types of things, numeric and character. In addition, you can use expression builder to insert a constant as the default initializer. Now, such as date, time and timestamp, you cannot use any other values or expressions as the default initializer for a static repository variable. So this is the such as what's a date, time and timestamp. You cannot use any other value or expression as a default initializer for a static repository variable. What is the meaning is, if you want, you can use numeric and character directly, we can type it. Directly you can type it. I mean to say, let me go and show you directly. Open. Then I am going to the manage menu. There I have the variables. There I have the repository. This one I am going for static. Right click here, new repository variable. Let us say I am giving name as, let us say, current underscore year I am giving. If you want to type directly here, let us say 1999, you can type it. 1999, you can type it. This is the one way. This is number. Yes or no, sir? Okay. Suppose if you want to create one more thing, let us say this is current underscore flag. Current underscore flag. Current underscore flag. If you want to type some string value means what, sir? You can type the string value. Suppose if you want to pass, let us say, if I want to pass, let us say, okay, if you want to pass, let us say, current underscore date. Current underscore date. At that moment, date directly you cannot initiate here. If you want date means what you need to do is go to the expression builder. In the expression builder, some constants are available. What are the constants, sir? Date, time, timestamp. Date, time, timestamp. If you are not using these constants directly, you are trying to type here 12 and March and 2011, you are trying to take like this means, it will treat this whole thing as what, sir? As a string. It will treat this whole thing as a string. It won't think this as a date. This won't think this as a date. If really you want to pass the date, you need to go for constants. If you want date means just take the date. Like this, the date syntax will be available. Click on the OK. What is saying? Does not match the specified format. Okay. Okay, it is expecting some date is expecting here. Let us say, what is this one, sir? Date. I am giving here, this is, let us say, 2008, and this is, let us say, 12th, and this one we are saying as, let us say, 10 or 25. Something I given like that. Click on OK. So this is what the format what we need to provide. So we need to have the keyword called as date, followed by, it is given on a specific format y hyphen mm hyphen dd. This is what we are trying to tell. We are trying to tell in this paragraph. If you see in this paragraph, static repository variables must have default initializers that are either numeric or character values. In addition, you can use what, sir? Expression builder. Expression builder is nothing but whatever button I used here, right? This button is called as expression builder. You can use expression builder to insert a constant as a default initializer, such as a date you can use, a time you can use, or a timestamp you can use. These are the three constants what are available. In the interview also, they will ask you, tell me static variable is going to accept some constants. What are the constants? You need to, that guy is expecting what, sir? Date and time and timestamp. These are the three types of constants are available. Next, you cannot use any other values or expressions as a default initializer for a static repository variable. I will go and I will write the case when statement over there, or if else statement over there, or decode statement over there, substring statement over there, means it won't work. You got my point, right? Case when statement, if else statement, these all functions will not be working in the static repository variable. Next, in previous releases, the administration tool did not limit the values of default initializer for a static repository variables. Because of this, if your repository has been upgraded from a previous release, you may see warnings in the consistency checker similar to the following. The variable current month does not have a constant default initializer. So what is the meaning is here? If you take earlier versions, this kind of limitation is not there. It accepts the, you can write your own functions, and you can, if you substring function, in-string function, whatever you want to write it, you can write it. Due to that reason, it is going to, whenever you are migrating, you are going to get the one warning kind of this warning. That's what it's trying to tell. If you see warning similar to this, update the relevant static repository variable so that the default initializers have a constant values. So overall, what is your understanding, sir? My understanding is, if I have a requirement more than 2 or equivalent to 2, more than 2 or equivalent to, I need to substitute a constant value, Instead of substituting the constant value directly, 17 means directly typing 17 is not recommended. What is recommended, sir? Assign the 17 to the one variable. That variable call in the expression. So any one constant value, if we want to use more in our expressions, any one constant value, if we want to use more in the expressions, then better to go for what, sir? Assign this constant value to the variable and call the variable wherever you need it. Because of this one, maintenance cost will be reduces. Tomorrow any changes are occurred in this constant value, I need not touch my expressions. I can go and I can change only what's a variable value. That's what my understanding. And the static repository variable accepts number values. Next what, sir? String values, that is characters. Third one is also accept some kind of date constant, time constant, then timestamp constant. These are the three constants what it is going to accept. This kind of limitation was not available in earlier versions. In earlier versions, we can write in the earlier versions whatever you want. But in our 11.0 version, this kind of limitation is available. Okay, now let us go and try to achieve our scenarios. I am going for our scenario. Scenario 1. If you have n number of connection pools pointing to a same database, or same schema, then whenever we deploy from development to testing, we need to change what, sir? All connection pool database names and schema names as per the testing environment. As for the testing environment, you need to change means, let us say today you are moving the RPD from development to testing. All the connection pools you need to change it. That is somewhat time taking process or not, sir? Instead of changing directly in the connection pool, if I have variable only I am changing means time will be reduced or not, sir? And there is a probability of doing the mistakes also decreases. 10 connection pools are available. You may be 9 connection pools you may be changing, one connection pool you forgot to change it. Then what will happen, sir? That one connection pool will execute from the development only. My customer will see the wrong data. So always you need to make sure what, sir? Use the wherever applicable, try to use the static repository variable. Process. We are creating a database name and schema name variables. Very simple job. Open RPD in online mode. Already we opened. Go to manage menu, click on variables, select static. In work area, right click, new repository variable, name it as DSN, data source name. And a default initialize value as ORCL, click on OK. Similarly, create one more thing, DB user, and provide the value as supplier 2 as shown like this. These things we are utilizing, database name and schema name variables are utilizing. Where we are utilizing, sir? We are going to the connection pool. In the connection pool, we are calling here. We know already what is the syntax. Yes or no, sir? The syntax is value of DSN. And value of DB user. The syntax we are providing as it is. Then that's it. We completed the things. I am giving control to someone. Yes, sir. Who want to do it quickly? Online folks. Hello. No one is there? Can I close go to meeting? Yes, apart from Srihari. Anyone else? Yes, Srikanth, I am giving control. Yes, I gave control to Srikanth. Right, Srikanth, please go to the RPD, which already I opened in online mode. Fine. Try to cancel this one or okay, whatever it is. Now create one variable here. We need to create what variable, sir? DSN. Okay, normal standard syntax is if you go and observe the OBA, Oracle BA apps RPD. If you are writing a DSN name for the OLTP means they used to write OLTP underscore DSN. If you are writing for the OLAP means they will write what, sir? OLAP underscore DSN. That is the standard naming conventions. Okay, here we are saying as not proper data warehouse, right? That is the reason DSN generally I am giving the name. But standard names are what, sir? OLTP, OLAP, like that we need to give. Okay. Go for the new repository variable. Then give the name as DSN. then give the name as DSN and provide the value as single quote OR cell, because OR cell is a string value. OR cell is a string value. Click on OK. Similarly, create one more thing which contains what's a username. DB user, DB user, DB user, and provide the default initializer as supplier2, supplier2, supplier2. Supplier2. Okay. Right. You people understand now clearly 2 points. One point is called as DSN we created. Second is what, sir? We created DB user also we created successfully. Now what I need to do is these two things I need to call in the connection pool. With this I completed step 1. I completed, that is called as step 1 I completed, that is called as creating database name and schema name variables. Second step is utilizing database name and schema name variables. Let us go and try to open our connection pool. There we need to call using the syntax. The syntax already we are aware of it. In the beginning we learned. In the beginning we learned syntax is what, sir? Value of variable name is the syntax. Value of variable name is the syntax. Please go ahead and do it. Go to the connection pool. Go to the connection pool of the physical layer. Go to the connection pool of the physical layer. That is MS Excel corresponding thing. This is Oracle corresponding thing. Double click on supplier CP. There I need to provide in place of the ORCL, I want to provide value of DSN. Then here we need to provide DB user. Okay. Now, once you provide that one, click on check-in changes. Then expand the supplier to right click on this one, click on view data. We are able to see the data or not, sir? Yes, we are able to see the data. My variables are working fine or not? Suppose if I given something here, DSN1 I given, then check-in changes, that DSN1 variable is available, sir? It's not available, right? That is the reason it is saying as what, sir? The repository variable DSN1 has no value definition, has no value definition. So what I would like to say is, whatever you are writing here in the runtime, it is decoding into the given values. In the runtime, it is decoding into the given values. That is the only reason only we are able to see the values. We are able to see the values. Here one small bug is there, sir. Here one small bug is there. You can change this one as it is and you can go and you can use in the reports, no problem. But these variable values are not decoding with one wizard. That wizard is what, sir? Import metadata wizard. Import metadata wizard, if I want to use after the providing values here, if you go for the import metadata, it is not decoding some reason, it is taking this total value as what, sir? String. It's taking total value as a string. Because of this one, we are going to get connection failed. Connection has failed. Okay, so what I recommend is, don't you, once you substituted the variables, don't use the import metadata. Import metadata will not work. Okay, if you want to use import metadata thereafter, then what I recommend is again revert the variables to the normal static values, then try to do the import metadata. But however, we will go for the automation. When we will go for the automation, sir? Once everything is completed development activities, then we will go for the automation. Right, as of now, I am trying to click on OK. That is what the one point you need to remember. Please make somewhere note of it. Static variables will not decode with import metadata. Static variables will not decode with import metadata wizard. Static variables will not decode with import metadata wizard. With import metadata wizard. Right. So now you people understand clearly. Now you people understand clearly one point. The point is what, sir? How to use your database name and how to use your database name and how to use your DB username in the connection pool. Yes or no, sir? It is really helpful to you or not, sir? Tomorrow, if I move from development to testing, I need not touch this one. Then directly I can go to where, sir? Manage I can go, and I can go to the variables, I can go for DB user, I can change here. Still I am looking for something else also, sir. But that is not available here. If I go and if I really work with some other tools, let us say ETL tools I am working, Informatica or ODA, this kind of things we are working, then what is available there is, we used to maintain one notepad, sir. We used to maintain one notepad. In the notepad, we used to define A is equal to 10. In the notepad, we used to define what, sir? A is equal to 10. In this notepad path, whatever available, the path we used to provide in the Informatica. In the runtime, what will happen is Informatica read the values from this notepad. If that kind of facility is available, this is what, sir, still you need to know how to open the RPD. This is still you need to know what, sir, how to open the RPD, where I need to define the variable. This kind of understanding should be there. But in case of in the Informatica case, what, sir, even though you don't know Informatica tool how to open, you know how to open the notepad, you can open the notepad and you can change the parameters. Yes or no, sir? Yeah, like that we can even, some guy who is working on the Linux administrator or Unix administrator can come and can change the Informatica code corresponding database. Am I clear what I'm trying to say? Even though you don't know Informatica tool how to open, because it's changing not the Informatica tool, inside the Informatica tool is not going and changing. It's changing outside what's there in the notepad is changing. So that's what I'm looking for down the line. Okay, but as of now it is not implemented in the tool. Okay, right. As of now, let us move on to the next things. Next scenario. Scenario 2. Scenario 2. Scenario 2 I have here, create a static variable to filter data for current year. Suppose for current year, I want to filter the data. For current year, I want to filter the data. Now, if you go and see the go to manage menu, then variables, then select static. I am giving the name as current year. Give your batch number also so that it will be unique. Then this is what's the 1999. As for my data is contains what's the 2 years. One is 1998, second is 1999. So I am providing here 1999. I am providing. Then check-in changes, reload server metadata. Like this, we created the variable. This variable I am using in the filter condition. I am using in the filter condition like this. I am using here. Let us go and try to do this 2 steps process. Yes, sir. Please try to do this two steps process. Create one static variable. Create one static variable to store the current year. Go to the manage menu. Go to the manage menu, then right click, yes, perfect. Give your batch number B1998, sorry, underscore current underscore year. Okay. Now try to close this one. Check-in changes. Check-in changes. Click on S. Click on close. Now go to the front end and develop a report with 3 columns. One is year, region, dollars. Close this one. Then go to the another tab. Another tab is available here. Another tab. Move your mouse sharply. Yeah, that's correct. Click on that OBI home. Then go to the new. Go to the new. I think this is not yours one. Okay, you need to refresh here. Catalog, then new analysis. Still it is not refreshed, right? What to do, sir? Reload server metadata. Then go to the new analysis. Now it is coming your things. Supplier sales. Now take your columns. One column is year column, region column, dollars column, year column, year column, then region column is part of the customers, region column part of the customers, region column part of the customers, then dollars column, then take dollars column. Now click on the year column, 3 lines, filter. Then we can see here operator and value, these all things are available. There we have add more options. Click on that. What type of variable you want to provide, sir? Repository variable. Click on that. And repository variable opposite. What is the variable name, sir? As it is, it should be same name you need to write. And also I will feel one more thing here. Minus point is tool limitation. If I have one button here, if I click on that button, whatever variables available in the RPD, I am able to see those all things means is very good. Like how I am seeing the values in the year column. In the year column, whatever values are available, those all things I am seeing, right? Similarly, what I am expecting is, if I am expecting a drop down, this drop down, if I click on it, whatever variables are available in the RPD, those all things are appearing, it is always good, but that is not available. You need to remember the RPD variables and you need to type here. There is no other go. Right. Please type it. B198 current underscore year. Click on OK. Now click on results. Then we can see here we are getting only what, sir? 1999 corresponding data only I am getting it. 1999 corresponding data only I am getting it. Okay, save this one, sir. Save this one as static repository variable. B198 folder and give the name as static repository variable. Static repository variable. Okay. Now, if I go back and if I change my variable value, then I come front end and I run the report, I will see the latest data or I will see the old data, sir. Let us go and observe that one. Go to the variables. I am changing as my requirement got changed, sir. My current year means not the 1999, let us say 1998 or 2000 now. Okay, something I change it. Let us say 1998 change as of now. Because 2000 corresponding, I don't have the data, so I am going 1998. Close it. Check in changes. Click on S. Now come to the front end. One moment. Yeah, come to the front end. We are doing here reload server metadata. Then I am going to the catalog. Then we have here static repository variable open. What are you seeing, sir? 1999 only. Why, sir? We are expecting 1998, right? It came from where, sir? Cache. It came from cache. So what we will do is we will sign out this one and also we will clear the cache here also. Let us go to the cache. Here cache is not there. That's good. Now I am going here. Let us say WebLogic is the user. Sign in. Okay. Go for the new analysis, supplier sales. Even safe side, I am doing what, sir? Reload server metadata. Go to the catalog now. Then click on open. Now we are. What is this, sir? What is the value you provided? Manage. Then cache. Any caches are available? Why you got 2 caches? Purge. Let me do one more time. I am purging the cache. Then save it. Then go to the front end. Then administration, manage sessions. Then close all cursors. Even signing out, signing in, WebLogic, sign in. Then I am going to the new analysis, supplier sales. Then even reload server metadata also I am doing. Then go to the catalog. Then go to the open this one. This time you should get it. So maybe the problem is previously speaking from somewhere, what, sir? Cache. It's speaking somewhere from cache. That is what the problem. So now we clear the caches. Automatically we are seeing what, sir? Report 1998. That means what I would like to say is You are not changing any report code. We are not changing any report code. We are changing only what, sir? Variable value you are changing, so automatically it is reflecting. Suppose the same variable is used in 100 reports. 100 reports are going to affect it or not, sir? Yes. That's what the advantage. Now let us move on to the next one that is called as dynamic repository variables. Even though I given here current year, the name as what, sir? Current year, but reality current year should not define in this way. Yes or no, sir? In the reality, current year should not define using what, sir? Static variable. Using static variable should not define. We need to define always, you need to define always using what, sir? Dynamically. Why we need to maintain dynamic is, data loads will be keep on going or not, sir? Let us say data loads are keep on going means my table data keep on increase or not. Now we are in the 2014. Okay. Down the line you may be in the 2015, 2016, 2017. Whenever the new data is coming into our table, I need to calculate based on the availability of the data in the table. Based on the availability of the data in the table, I need to take the max here. Yes or no, sir? So this max here not by you, it should be max of the table. Yes or no, sir? Max of the table, like that logic you need to write. Max of the table you want means you require one SQL query. Yes or no, sir? We require one SQL query. That SQL query result whatever available, that result we want to pass to the variable. The SQL query result whatever available that we need to pass to the variable. How to write a SQL query to capture the max? That's what we need to understand. I am going to the database. I am going to the supplier to schema. Then I am writing here one query. That query is, right, sir, select max year. Bracket open and close. Max after bracket open. And after year close the bracket. From D1 calendar 2. From D1 underscore calendar 2. Calendar 2. Execute it. Execute this one. Table or view does not exist. What is the table name is available? If you see here D1 underscore calendar AR. That is what the missing. Okay, ARD. Now execute it. Now what we got, sir, here? 1999 is the max value. So this query, whatever result is available, this result I need to pass towards our variable. How to take this query into our environment? That's what my question. Where I can write this query? And how to manage this query? Right. For that purpose, let us go and try to learn next one. Next one is what, sir? Dynamic repository variables. Now, if you see the dynamic repository variables 3 points, these variables will be associated with what, sir? Initialization blocks. That means without initialization block, there is no dynamic repository variable. Initialization block is nothing but what, sir? A SQL query is called as initialization block. Whatever SQL query just now I written, that also I can call it as what, sir? Initialization block. Next, these initialization blocks will be executed with Oracle based server refresh. Refresh means what, sir? With the start or what, sir? Or restart. And based on the schedule of the initialization block, you can use any one methodology to execute the SQL query, and to get the latest value from the database. Now, schedule option is available only for dynamic repository variable initialization blocks. Schedule option is available only for dynamic repository variable initialization blocks. Now, that means we have 2 types of initialization blocks are available here, sir. If you go and observe, manage variables, this is one initialization block. This is called as what initialization block, sir? Repository variable initialization block. And you can see in this repository variable initialization block, I have one option. That option is known as schedule option is available. Whereas if I go for next one, this is also one more initialization block. If I right click here, new initialization block, this is called as session variable initialization block. I don't have here schedule option. I don't have here schedule option. So we have how many types of initialization blocks are available, sir? Two types of initialization blocks are available. For which one we have the schedule option? Dynamic repository variable corresponding initialization blocks as the schedule option. Okay, that point is very clear. That's what I am trying to define here. Schedule option is available only for dynamic repository variable initialization blocks. Next, scenario. Handling partitions and fragmentation contained condition dynamically. The scenario I will do after a few minutes, sir. As of now, park this one side. I will go for the one example directly. I will go for it. I'll go for one example. I'll go for it. That too, exercise 2 I want to go. Exercise 2 is what, sir? Develop a report to get current year and current month data. My question is what, sir, here? I want to get always my current year and current month data I want to get. I want to get always current year and current month data. This is very simple for your understanding. That is the reason I am going for it. Right, once it is completed, we'll go for the exercise 1 and also we'll go for the scenario. 3 exercises we'll do in the dynamic repository variables. Now, first one is we are creating what, sir? When a SQL query you are creating max of year, max of month code we are getting from here. Then using this SQL query, we are creating a initialization block we are creating and assigning values to the variables. We are going to the manage menu, click on the variables, repository initialization blocks. In work area, right click and select initialization block, name it as IB underscore current year month code, click on edit data source, those all things. Then we are providing here query also we are providing and we are getting the results finally. Finally, step 3, what we are doing, sir? Use these variables in any report filter. I developed a report year, region, dollars, and whatever filter you created, whatever variable you created, that variable is using what, sir? V underscore max underscore year is the variable what you created here. V underscore max underscore year is the variable what you created here. Same variable I am using in my reporting. Same variable I am using in my reporting. Can you do this one your own or not, sir? Yes. Okay. Let us go and try to do it. Yes, Srikanth. Please write a query first in SQL developer to get the current year and month. So go for the max year, comma, max month code. Max year, comma, max month code. Max month code. Month code. Close it. Execute this one to see the result. Now query written perfectly. Copy this query. Copy this query. Copy this query. Now go to the RPD. Now go to the RPD. Now we need to create what type of initialization block, sir? Repository initialization block we need to create. Then new initialization block. Then provide the name as IB underscore max year and month. IB underscore max year and month. Year underscore month. Month code. Month code. Now go and try to click on the edit data source option. Then provide here your SQL query, paste here. This is the location where you are going to write your own SQL queries. This is the area where you should be strong in the writing SQL queries also. So without knowing writing SQL queries, you cannot do this one. Yes or no, sir? That is the reason from day one I am telling SQL queries also parallel you need to learn it. At least my concentration is only what, sir? Select statement. I don't want PLSQL. I want only what, sir? SQL side. SQL side you should be strong. On the scale of 10, you should be give at least 6 or 5. That means 50 or 60% should be strong in the select statement side. Right. Click on browse. In the bottom we have the browse. SQL query need to contact database means I require one connection pool or not, sir? Connection pool with respect to which database? OR cell database. That one I am selecting. Okay. Select it. Okay. Now here itself we have the test option is available left side bottom. Click on that. Now we are seeing here two values we got 1998, 1999, 04. However, these are not assigned towards, sir. any variable. These are not assigned to any variables. We need to create now two variables to assign year value, to assign month value. Close it. Okay. Now edit data target. Click on edit data target. Now here we need to define the variables. Click on the new. Then provide here variable name as v underscore max underscore year, v underscore max underscore year, v underscore max underscore year, v underscore max underscore year. And here I have one option. That option is called as default initializer option is available. This default initializer option, whatever you are seeing, what is the advantage of this one is, let us say due to XYZ reason, I don't have data in this table, sir. I don't have data in this table. Then what will happen, sir? This query is going to give blank data and it's a null data. The null data we are assigning to this variable. And this variable you are using, this filter condition. Then what will happen, sir? Here is equal to is in what, sir? Null. Here is equal to is in null. Is it a valid syntax, sir? Here is equal to null is a valid syntax or not? We cannot compare null with any other things, right? Yes or no, sir? It is not a valid syntax. It is not a valid syntax. As it is not a valid syntax, it is going to throw the error. Client will think like, boss, yesterday it worked fine, but today it is throwing error. How to overcome this kind of problems? How to overcome is, we can go and we can define here some dummy value. Suppose I am trying to define here dummy value as 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what will happen, sir? Whenever my query is giving null value, in that instance, I am going to substitute what, sir? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then my report becomes here, here is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, here is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Data is not there, so it's going to throw what, sir? No results screen. No results are available like that. At least it is not throwing error. No results are available means what customer will think, sir? Okay, data is not available in the database, so no problem. Yes or no? That is the reason this default initializer value, whatever available, try to use this one and provide some value over there. This value come to the active. This value will be coming into the active whenever what, sir? Whenever my SQL query has no results. If my SQL query has some result, this will not be coming into the active. Am I clear this point? It could be string value or numeric. Up to you, not up to you exactly. What I can say is what you are extracting from the query. In SQL query, you are extracting string value or numeric value. Based on that one, you need to provide that value here. Next, go for the one more thing. V underscore max underscore month code. Only one value, sir. Variable means only one value, not multiple values. You cannot write a is equal to 10, 20. We can write only what, sir? Either a is equal to 10 or a is equal to 20. You cannot pass two values. Okay. Okay. In the bottom also even we have one test option, sir. If you want to test it, you can test it overall. Overall we are testing and we are 1998 data we are storing where, sir? Year column, and this one we are storing in the month code column. Click on close. Click on OK. Click on OK. Right. Now this is completed. Step 2 is completed with this. Step 3 is what, sir? Develop a report. Close this one. Check in changes and develop a report as shown in the diagram. Year, region and dollars, and I want to put filter. Year is equal to what, sir? V underscore max underscore year. Please try to do that one. Go to the new analysis, supplier sales, then go for columns. One column is called as year column, then region column, reason column, then dollars column, then click on year. Sorry, 2 times dollars is came. We can delete 1 time. Click on year column, filter. Then we can go for add more options. Then repository variables, b underscore max underscore year, click on OK. Now click on results. Then we can see here what is the data we are seeing, sir? 1999. Now problem is actually, let us say I will go to the database now, D1 calendar to table I will go, and I will update one record into the 2000. I will update one record into what, sir? 2000. That means what, sir? I have the 2000 data in my database, right? If I come here, I will clear all the caches, everything I will clear it happily, no worries. Then I will run this one. Now tell me, is going to run or is not going to run? Running with the 1999 value or running with the 2000 value? That's what I want to understand. Why, sir? Okay, let us go and try to understand that example. For that, what I am doing is, let us say I am trying to save this report first. Save it. Save this report as dynamic repository variables. Okay. We are trying to understand dynamic repository variables functionality, sir. Okay. How it is going to refresh it, that's what we are trying to understand. For that, I am modifying here one record I am modifying from the D1 calendar to table. Before modifying D1 calendar to table, one more thing also need to think. This query is executing from which table, sir? That also we need to think here. This query is executing, if you go and see here, administration, then manage sessions, and if you go for here, view log, it is executing actually what's the from which table? Months table. That means, is it using D1 calendar 2, sir? It is using D1 calendar 2. It is not using D1 calendar 2. It is getting the value and is providing here. You got my point? Okay, even though I given the 2000, my variable will be substituting what's here? 2000. 2000 is not available in the months table. Months table we are not disturbing. That is the reason what will you get, sir? No results only will get it. Okay, to overcome this kind of problem, what we can do is, either your query also you can change as based on the months table. Or you need to make sure your report is executing via what, sir? Calendar table. It has to execute using calendar table means what I need to do, sir? Granularity I need to decrease in my reporting side. Yes or no, sir? Granularity I need to decrease in my reporting side. What I mean to say is, let us go to the reporting end. To see the result. What I suggest is, let us go for the year column, then followed by, I am taking here, let us say day column I am taking, sir. Whenever I take in the day column, there is no option for it. It has to go towards, sir, 1999 we got the data. Then I am saving it. Go to the administration tab. Then go to the bottom of this one, manage sessions. This is executed from where, sir? Click on the view log. Now it is executing from where, sir? D1 calendar 2. Everyone learned already aggregate tables and we came here. Yes or no, sir? Now we can go and we can modify the calendar data and we can observe it. Why to modify existing data, you are thinking? Why to modify existing data? Other users are going to be disturbed. Yes or no, sir? Today you are changing one record and we are not reverting that one. Normally we won't revert it. Once our job is done, we won't revert it, right? So that is the reason what I did is, to do the same kind of exercise only, I taken separate set of data I taken here. If you see exercise 1, go to the exercise 1. That is the one way you can do quickly, we can do it, but I don't want to disturb my existing data. That is the reason I went for what, sir? Exercise 1. Exercise 1 is prove repository variables will not change until what, sir? Server restarted. Prove repository variables will not change until
server restarted. To prove this one, I am creating the required data. I've opened SQL Developer. I am creating below table with the 3 columns: employee number, e-name, and salary. This is name also I given as IB underscore refresh understanding is the name I given. Now, once this table is available here, then I am trying to insert some data by saying ROM 5000, ready something 10,000 like that. Then I am importing into the RPD, and also I am creating business model. These all things I am creating it. Then I am creating IB installation block to capture what, sir? Maximum salary employee. So I written one query for that one, select max salary from this one. Then this one I am assigning to the one variable. This was the variable I assigned. And using that variable, I created what, sir? One report I created here. Then I am saving this report as like this and run it. Observe that ROM record is displaying whatever as per our data it is available, that is going to display. In my given 2 records, what is the max record, sir? 5000 is max record. That is the reason that is came. Now modify the database data and observe output. We are going to modify database data and we are going to insert one more record that is called as ROM ready 10,000 I inserted here. Now clear OBI PS and OBI's caches also. Then run the report and observe that still we are getting what, sir? ROM data, because my repository installation block not ran with what, sir? Report run. Okay, still we are seeing here ROM data only we are seeing. Now we are going and restarting our OBIS server, clearing the OBI PS and OBIS caches. Run the above report. Now we are getting what, sir? 10,000. Can you do this exercise or not, sir? Yes or no? We'll do quickly. We'll try to do it. We'll try to do quickly. I have here one thing that is called as IB refresh understanding is available. I hope already it is available in my case. I can go and I can use that one. Yes or no, sir? This is what IB underscore refresh understanding is available. Here already I have how many records, sir? 4 records are available. Out of these 4 records, which is the maximum salary, sir? 12,000 corresponding to Himaja is the maximum salary. Okay, first time I ran, we should get the Himaja record. Yeah, go ahead. That is a good question. In production environment, after all data is changed, we need to restart the BA server. It's a very excellent question. That purpose only they provide the schedule option also. That purpose only they provide the schedule option for the dynamic repository installation blocks. Okay, that point I will try to understand later point of time. Okay, as of now, I want to import this one into the RPD, then create the business model, create the presentation layer, then develop a report for using this table. Yes, Srikanth, quickly do it. Import this one, close it, right click on supplier CP, then import metadata. Sorry, this is static repository variables are available here, right? It won't be decoding here. So we need to change that one. So what I am doing is now check in, right click, import metadata, next. Then I want here it is opening up. Then supplier 2, then IB underscore refresh underscore understanding, import it, click on finish, click on finish. This table whatever available here, unique column is employee number is the unique column, so I am maintaining that as a unique here. EMP key, the column as EMP number. Okay, I am creating one business model. We are trying to understand what's a repository installation block. Refresh we are understanding, right? So now I am trying to drag and drop this one. Then this one I am trying to duplicate here. Then create the join between these 2 tables. We are creating the join. Sorry. We are creating the join. Then try to drag and drop. Then expand here. This one we don't want it. Duplicate one. Check in changes. Click on no or yes, whatever it is. Now, if you go and try to create here one report on top of this one, we need to create it. If you want to create the report, means I require one installation block, which is calculating what, sir? Max of the salary. That kind of query I am going to prepare here. So select what, sir? Max salary. From what is the table, sir? IB underscore refresh underscore understanding. So what is the record we got? 12,000 is at present it is available. That record I got. This query I am taking and I am trying to create here one installation block. Go to the manage variables, then new installation block. What type of installation block you are creating? Repository installation block. This is I am giving as name also RIB underscore refresh. RIB underscore refresh. Edit data source. I am providing this query. Connection pool as I am providing supplier CP. Then select it. Then test it. We can observe 12,000 is came here. Click on OK. Edit data target. Click on new. Then I am giving the name as V underscore then max underscore then salary. Then default installer, if it is blank, we need to substitute here some value. So I am substituting some value. Then click on OK. Then go bottom, click on OK. We created this variable also, it is done. Click on check in changes, click on S. I am going to the reporting end. I want to develop a report using this table. Let us go and try to develop the report. To develop the report, I am going to the new analysis, RIB underscore refresh, we are understanding. I want employee number, e-name and salary. If I go and if I run now, I am going to get all the 4 records. Out of these 4 records, which is maximum, sir? Himja record is maximum. I already captured maximum salary in the variable. That variable I am going to use here. Go to the criteria. On the salary column, I am applying filter and go for the add more options. Then repository variable. What is the variable name? V underscore max underscore salary. That's what I given, I guess. If you go and see here, manage, then variables. Then what is the name we given? We given the name as V underscore max underscore salary. Click on OK. It is not case sensitive, sir, so you can write whatever way you want. Now what we got? 12,000 we got. I am trying to save this one. Then the saving as RIB repository installation block refresh understanding. Now what I will do is I will go back into the database and I will try to recruit one person who has more salary than Himja. Let us go and try to recruit one person in the database side. Yes, I am recruiting one person here. Let us go and try to recruit. Yes, plus. Now 105 is the employee number, and Srikanth is the employee, and that guy's salary is, let us say, 15,000. Now I am trying to commit here. Committed successfully. Then I am trying to close this one. As for my data now, my query is going to give which record, sir? 15,000 record is giving. Now I will clear all the caches. Let me go to the administration tab. Then go to the manage sessions. Then go and close all cursors. Even I am signing out, I am signing in. Then go to the back end here. Then close this one. Then what I need to, sir? Manage cache. I will try to clear all the caches from here also. Right click. Then go for purge it, then OK, then close it, then save it. I am going to the front end. Login as WebLogic user. Then I am going to the new analysis, supplier sales. Even I am trying to do what, sir? Actually, reload is not required. Why? Because there is no code change in the RPD. I changed only what, sir? Database values I changed, not the RPD, right? That is the reason reload is not required. But still I did it. Now I am going to the catalog. B198 RIB refresh understanding is available. Click on what, sir? Open. If I click on open, we are expecting Srikanth record or we are expecting Himja record, sir? We are expecting Srikanth record, but we are getting what, sir? Himja record. We are going to get here. What is record we got? Himja record we got. What is the problem? with my report, variable is available. That variable backend SQL query is available. But SQL query is executing, sir? No, if it is executed means you'll get the 15,000 only. From this, what is your understanding, sir? With your report run, my installation block will run or not? My repository installation block will run with your report run or not? With your report run, my repository installation block will run or not run, sir? Not running. It will run only with what, sir? Oracle BA server start or restart or based on the schedule. I won't do any modifications. Now I'll go and I'll try to start the server. That's it. Then I'll come back here and I'll try to run the report. Then we'll see what is happening. For that, I'm going here. Then select the BA server. Click on restart selected. Click on S. Just only I'm doing what, sir? I'm restarting my BA server. I'm restarting my BA server. Once it is restarted, I'll go and I'll try to run the same report. Then we'll observe what is going to happen. Of course, we need to clear the caches also again. We need to clear what, sir? Caches again. For that, I am trying to close this first. I am closing this one. Then I am opening this one in online mode. Readily, I am keeping this online mode. RRITEC123. RRITEC123. Now, once it is started, then I can do the work. It is still starting. Still it is starting. Still starting. Okay, now it started. Let me go back and try to clear the caches and all. Open, manage. Then what, sir? Cache. Any cache is available. I want to clear this caches. Right click, purge. Then go to the front end. Then here also I am trying to go to the caches clearance, manage sessions, close all cursors. Even I am signing out, signing in as WebLogic user. Then go to the catalog. Then open our report, whatever available. Open. Now we are seeing which record we are seeing, sir? Srikanth record we are seeing. So are you able to prove one point now? The point is called as this one. Prove repository variables will not change until what, sir? Until server restarted. Yes, this guy asked one valid question. What is the valid question, sir? Sir, after all my database data is changed. After all my database data is changed. This database data may be changing every day. Yes or no, sir? Every day it may be changing also. If it is changing every day I need to restart my Oracle base server. That too, production involvement means it is a very serious issue. Yes or no, sir? That is the only reason they provide here one option for you. That option is called as schedule option. That option is called as schedule option. If your loads are going to load every day, then go and provide here 24 hours. Run this one, what, sir? Every 24 hours, run this one at this time. So every 24 hours, the SQL query will be running and corresponding values will be mapped with what, sir? Variables. That is the reason only schedule option is available only for the dynamic repository installation blocks. It is not available for the session installation blocks. It is available only for dynamic repository installation blocks. Am I clear this point? Okay. So that's what this one. Tomorrow we'll try to see one more scenario is available that is called as handling partitions and fragmentation content condition dynamically. This one we'll try to see tomorrow. Okay. Right. Any questions, sir, related to this one? So one question is, then what about OLTP application database as a source? See, OLTP application, if you are using as a source, means actually OBAW is for what, sir? Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise, business intelligence on top of you are doing what, sir? Data warehouse. It's preferred to use the data warehouse. I will use the OLTP means I don't have option. OLTP means what, sir? We don't know which second the data is going to change. If you go to the Gmail now 10 o'clock and if you update something, the data will be changing in the OLTP. If 11 o'clock you go on to change, if you log in, then 11 o'clock data is going to change it. In OLTP, there is no proper interval of the time when it is going to change also. Yes or no, sir? At least data warehouse means what, sir? Whenever I ran the loads, then it is going to change the data. In case of OLTP kind of thing, implementing these concepts are very difficult, because we cannot apply the schedule option also. Okay, so I can say using initialization blocks for OLTP is what, sir? Ruled out. Don't use it. Don't use it. We cannot use it otherwise. Am I clear, Sudhakar? So schedule option will restart the what, sir? BA server. No. Amir is asking one question. So schedule option will restart the BA server. Answer is what, sir? No. It is not going to restart the BA server. It's going to execute only SQL query. That's it. If it is restarting the BA server, then my users are going to affect downtime is that is called as. Okay, we are not going to create any downtime. Only this SQL query will be executed forcefully. That's it. Sorry? No. Only that initialization block. Only that initialization block will be running. For each initialization block, we have the schedule option. You can schedule that one accordingly, as for the table refresh interval. Okay. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll see one more thing, handling partition fragmentation, and we're moving tomorrow one important concept that is known as data security, sir. That is known as data security. Don't miss that class. Very, very important one. Very, very important one. Okay. Thank you.